Welcome, one and all, to Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 429. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn, here as always, with my suspender set to maximum stun. Got a great show for you today. It's going to be a little shorter than usual because I'm a bit behind on my video for tomorrow, but I'm still over halfway done with it, and I'm going to get it done just in time for tomorrow morning. So a little bit shorter, but we're still going to have a great time. Good to see everybody on the chat today. There they are. Okay, it's actually working. Great. So, let's get some scotch poured before we begin. Today we are drinking some 12-year-old Glenlivet. Let's see if it has that nice little pop. There we go. That's the noise we like to hear. It is a cold, cold evening here in Seattle. It's been raining all day. It's just been a miserable day. But I've got my window open and a crack in my door to allow some air to flow through so that I don't smoke out my family. So I'm cold, but I got a coat on, which is going to hopefully warm me up a little bit. Great, we've got Twitch in the stream today, YouTube in the stream as well. Good to have everybody here. And I will also be monitoring the stream questions channel on the Discord server, so feel free to leave a comment on either of those three streams, and I'll do my very best to pick out the best ones. Striped Llama says the weather is cooling in Florida, and it's been raining all month here. It's so much nicer than the humidity there usually is. Yeah, I have been to Florida a few times, and not a fan. Not a fan. Some great things to see in Florida, but the humidity is what I'm talking about. Not terribly fond of the humidity. Techno Geek Girl says, OMG Oxhorn, so excited to see your new shirt in the shop. Suspender set to maximum stun. I love it. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, glad we got that up on the shop in time for today's show. So, new shirt in the shop if you're interested. It's a shirt that says suspender set to maximum stun. And then on the back, a face of yours truly. Good stuff. How cold is it over there, Oxhorn? Asks Raul Jarubit. I don't know. I didn't look at I'm just cold. I don't know what the number is, but my body is telling me that it's frigid. Brotherhood Outcast says, hey Oxhorn, great videos this week. Love the Fallout 3. Well, thank you. Well, then you guys will be excited for tomorrow, because tomorrow's episode is the culmination of the family saga in Fallout 3. That's right, I will publish the third and final episode of that short little mini-series. Well, we will learn exactly what happened to Ian West, and I'm going to be throwing in a few fan conspiracies, because there were a few things I noticed in some of the dialogue options that leaves open a couple of alternate scenarios. So, good stuff for tomorrow. But, yeah, I still got to make the show. I still got to make the video, so I won't be able to spend too long with you today. Cigar today is a new one. Got this at the shop today. Haven't had this one before. This is a Rocky Patel vintage 1990 and a nice little tin can. If I can even open it. There we go. Ah, and they included some cedar. Fantastic. Well, then I won't have people in the chat railing on me for using a lighter. I swear, people watch one Hellboy movie and they think they know everything about cigars. All right, so we're going to cut this thing with my trusty dusty desktop cutter. Let's see. Oh, that's gauge is too big. Let's try a V-cut. There you go. Jacob with a tip says, I have a game for you might like. It's called Rage, also made by Bethesda. I think I've heard of it. I haven't played it, but it's certainly worth checking out. I'll have to look into it. Alright, so this is how we're going to do this. we're going to take this, put it in the rock. We're going to take this and set it on fire with this. It's complicated, okay? Pay close attention. Only happens once. Fire. Come on, fire. Don't fight me, fire. Flame on. There we go. Ooh, hot. What's that? Hot. Oh. There we go. My new favorite, second favorite game of all time, says Tunnel Snake's Rule. What, Rage? I'll have to check it out. It's hard for me to read this. To be fair, says Common Dagger. You have to have a really high IQ to understand Rick and Morty. The humor is extremely subtle, and without a solid grasp of theoretical physics, most of the jokes will go over the typical viewer's head. Yeah, I hear the same thing about BoJack Horseman. It's for smart people. The Dark Seraph says, elf, mice, pank, ice. Well, the key to rhyming is to not only find words to create your sentence that rhyme, but for the rhyme to have meaning. I kid. He was trying to get me to mess up again. He was trying to get me to say something naughty. But I'm on to you. I get all of your internet tricks these days. Oh man, I'm getting a lot of. Oh, I shouldn't have mentioned BoJack Horseman. Getting a lot of really salty people about. Ah. There we go. Daniel says, sup, can't wait for Point Lookout videos. It's my favorite. Yes, well, we will be getting to Point Lookout, never fear. I gotta do Old World Blues first. That's gonna be the next DLC that I produce content for. And it's tricky. I talked a little bit about my struggles with it last week. But yeah, I'm getting ready to start production. It's not coming next week. It takes a while to get all the footage shot, and then for me to organize it in my head. You know, it'll come. Doctor Who says, hey Oxhorn, have you tried any Crown Royal apple whiskey? Also, just got dragon pattern butane lighter. What's the right way to tune it? Well, I have never tried tuning that particular type of lighter. The way I do it is I just fill it with butane, and then I turn it on, and then I just adjust the flame height. And when it's high enough for me to comfortably light a cigar, then I'm good. And I've also never tried the Crown Royal apple whiskey. Sorry, I can't give you my opinion on it. But so with me and whiskeys, I tend to not like any kind of booze that's flavored. Now, I realize that many alcohols are aged. You put them in an oak barrel, and it takes on the flavor of the wood. And I get that's fine. But if they make something taste like something else, here's a whiskey that tastes like lemon. Here's a whiskey that tastes like pancakes. Here's some vodka that tastes like cotton candy. If I wanted to taste cotton candy, I would be eating cotton candy. if I wanted to eat an apple, I would be eating an apple. I don't drink my whiskey with the hope that I was really drinking chocolate. I want my whiskey to taste like whiskey. So that's just my philosophy on drinking whiskeys. That's the one thing I really like about Scotch. Every Scotch is a little bit different, but it tastes like Scotch. Cheers. Bardicus says, don't you insist on lighting cigars with a wooden match? Ah! Oh. I know he's probably joking, but there's always one. There's always one. DJ Bumble says, who needs whiskey when you have Nuka-Cola? Nuka-Cola Dark. I would love to try some Nuka-Cola Dark. It would be perfect for this show. I'll have to mix some. Duraframe iBot says, do you think Eddie's a good companion? Just want to hear your opinion. Yeah, he's a good companion. I have two gripes about Eddie. Number one, I think he's a little overpowered. He's pretty useful early in the game, and he sometimes finishes fights for me. And number two, he gets in the way. And you wouldn't think he would get in the way. He is, after all, a hovering iBot. But yet you can't push him, or at least it's difficult to push him. So he frequently gets me trapped in corners. It's frustrating. Brotherhood Outcast says you should do a mod muster for vehicle mods in Fallout New Vegas. They are much more refined than the vehicle mods in Fallout 4. Oh. I've never tried that. I haven't seen any of those New Vegas vehicle mods. Sounds interesting. I'll have to check it out. Donnie, with a tip, says, hey, Oxhorn, love the videos. A long-time subscriber, but just wanted to say... Hold on. He's saying something that I know is either me, or he's trying to get me to say something that's naughty. I'm saying it really fast in my head, and it doesn't sound naughty. Just wanted to say... I don't know. I'm going to get in trouble later if I actually say what he's saying. I know it. Because just because I don't get it now doesn't mean it's not bad. And yet he did tip, and I kind of want to say it. Love the videos. Long-time subscriber, but I just wanted to say... I don't get it. All right, I'm going to have to not read it just because I'm suspicious. I'm a little suspicious. But thank you, Donnie Don't. Christian says, Oxhorn, can you do a Fallout 4 lore video on how the Raiders came and conquered Nuka World? Well, they really all we get about that is when talking with Porter Gage, he gives us a little bit of backstory on that. Basically, they were fighting a lot. They were other separate Raider gangs, and they were fighting a lot until they found Nuka World, and it was under the Coulter's organization that they took it. And then we're trying to divvy up the parks when we arrive. So there's not a lot of lore there. We don't know where they came from. Atlas's radio broadcasts are interesting, but sadly, they don't shed any light onto this issue. We hear of some of their exploits before they arrived at Nuka World, but that's about it. Jacob says the gameplay of Rage is like if you were to take Doom and mix it with Fallout, you get Rage. Interesting. I mean, is it an open world? Because I'm really all about open world games these days. Oh, Big Stacks 2 is in the house. Hey! Big Stacks. I didn't recognize this name. I know you've been using it for a while. Thank you so much for the content you've made over the years. Made my childhood so much brighter, says Big Stacks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Good to have you on the stream tonight. There was one comment. It flew off the screen. Rage is pretty good. A lot of people talking good about Rage. Okay. Yes, it's open world, says King Lenny. All right, I think I've heard all I need to hear. Note to self. Rage. Pint-sized slasher, says Hana. Not sure how much lore is on there, but it would be cool. Yes. Well, I'm going to get to it all. Don't worry. The pint-sized slasher is pretty high up on my list. I will get to it all. Juan Garcia says, hey, love the new video about the Kings. There were some things I never knew about. Yeah, when doing research for it, I learned some things too. The Kings are a lot of fun. I also had a lot of fun with Rex. I'm going to be doing Rex's video in the coming days. Spawn Freak says, hey, Oxhorn, I just watched your video on the Safari adventure. You should have reactivated the replicator. It doesn't produce gator claws when you do. Oh. I assumed it did. Why wouldn't it? The last sample they put in was the gator claw sample. If you reactivate it, why wouldn't it produce gator claws? I guess I should have tried it out before saying what it did in a video on the topic, right? Marsigns says, Oxhorn, I know this gets asked every stream, but is a companion video about Dance and the Works eventually, or is the Blind Betrayal video his vid? For now, it's his vid. I may do another dedicated video to Dance in the future, because I know that there were a lot of things about his personality that I didn't cover, including his entire romance dialogue tree. But yeah, it's not high up on the priority list. There's a lot of other stuff I need to get to. But I do want to revisit Dance in the future. Havoc says, hey, Oxhorn, if you were asked to be a new radio voice in the next Fallout, would you? And what type of voice would you use if allowed to choose? Yeah, I would totally be a radio host in the next Fallout game, if there is one. They would probably ask me to do my regular voice. I don't know if I do voices. I do a few voices. I can do crazed scientist. I can do like a laid back surfer / weed smoker guy. That's it. That's really all it. I can imitate the dude pretty well. You do a revisit of the Safari World, says Indominus. The hour-long video I did on Safari World. I missed one thing and you want me to do a revisit. No. What about Little Lamplight? Yes, I do want to make a video about Little Lamplight. That will be coming. How do you grow a bread like that, says Andrew Healy? Well, the way I like to grow bread is with a little bit of flour. And you make the batter. And then you put it in the little hot machine thing. And then you sprinkle in some yeast. Plug it in. And then come back in 5 hours. Bread. He meant to write beard. But it's the same strategy for growing a beard. Especially the yeast. What about the Great Khans, Oxhorn? Says, Crappy Skills Productions. Yeah, I need to do the great cons. There are a lot of major things in New Vegas that I haven't reached yet. I want to do the great cons. They've got a couple of different quests I'd love to tackle. And then I really want to do Benny as well. Benny is a stumbling block right now for me because I've done a lot of the stuff you can do aside from the main storyline. But there's a lot that you can only have access to or that has a lot of lore that you can't do until after Ring-a-Ding-Ding. For example, Arcade Ganon. I really want to do a video on Arcade Ganon, but it makes no sense to do his video until I advance in the primary quest a bit. So, Benny's kind of holding me up. I need to do a video on Benny. Brotherhood Outcast says, you're almost at 500,000, Ox. Very close. I know. I never thought this day would come, but it hasn't come yet. Cross my fingers. But it's going to be coming soon. 500K, 500,000. The number just seems outrageous to me. How did 500,000 people like what I do? It's crazy. Ranger Ryan says, Oxhorn, are you ever going to do the full lore on the NCR? Yeah, I mean, I do a little lore on the NCR almost every single week. They're so interconnected with all of the major plots in the game. You do a story on one of the side factions or one of the minor locations, and the NCR was there. The NCR had a presence there, even in the King's video that I published today. Was it today? Today. There's a big NCR event in the video. They're just all over. So it's hard to do a big overall video on the NCR until I finish the rest of the game. But yes, I will be doing a big video on the NCR and the Legion. It'll all come eventually. Marina Noor gives a wonderful tip without a comment. Well, thank you very much, Mari. I really appreciate it. Crazy Firefox says, do you watch other YouTubes? No, I don't. And it's, well, now, don't get me wrong. I love YouTube. I think it's a wonderful platform. But it's really hard for me to focus on what I do while also focusing on what other people do. Because I got a content schedule. I know what I want to do. I've got a list of videos that I've got made weeks in advance. You know, I know. And I have to, in order for me to get my video done on time every single day, I've got to plan out, you know, a week or two in advance on what I'm going to do. Like, I've been planning my series on Old World Blues for over a week now, and I'm still in the content gathering phase of that. And I'm not going to have those videos done for weeks because it's going to take that long to put the whole thing together. So, If I were to pay attention to what other YouTubers were doing and constantly having to keep up with the Joneses, it would stifle my ability to just do me, right? To just do my stuff. So I completely ignore YouTube. I read comments on my videos, but I don't watch other YouTubers because I just want my stuff to be my stuff. The Sodden Knight says, Ox, on the topic of YouTube, any of your vids get hit with the demonetization wave? Yeah. Yeah. It's really annoying. So, how should I put this? YouTube does not make any sense with the whole demonetization of videos. And of course, if they demonetize a video, that's my lifeblood. That's my bread and butter. I can't do this if they demonetize my videos. Thankfully, I've either been very lucky or me being careful with my content has been paying off. I try not to swear. I don't want to give them any reason to demonetize my videos. I try not to be vulgar. Really, the most vulgar things in my videos come from the game itself. And I have to include that because I need to be faithful. So I show the gore. If a character swears, I include it because I want to be as faithful as I can. But I try to keep my side of things as vulgar-free as possible. for monetization reasons. But sometimes they'll hit me, and it's almost always due to a title. For example, when I was doing my short series on the Powder Gangers, I was uploading one of the final videos where you go to the NCR Correctional Facility, and I uploaded it. It was ready to go. It took me many hours, but I named it Prison Break. I thought that would be a great name for the video. You know, it's got the exclamation point. It sounds interesting. You're immediately hooked. Prison Break. Oh, that sounds great. But apparently that was too controversial for YouTube. They did not demonetize my video when I uploaded it. After I named it Prison Break, they demonetized the video. I couldn't change the name and get monetization back. The only way to get monetization back is to submit it for review, which can take a week. It can take a week. So I had to delete the video and re-upload it and write a new name to get by. And it worked. I re-uploaded the video, gave it a brand new name, and it was monetized. And it was the same with my Kings video. But see, this thing has gotten me paranoid. The original name for the Kings video I published this morning was The Coolest Gang in Freeside. And I had it ready to go. I had written it in, and I was just about to save it when I realized, oh no, YouTube might think the word gang is a bad word. I have no evidence that they will, but if they thought the word prison and the word break together was a bad word, I didn't want to take the chance. So instead I wrote something like The Coolest Guys in Freeside. I wish I could have used the word gang, because they're a gang in the game. But I had to be careful. That's the way it goes. Dr. Biohazard says, I'm not the rapist of the Mojave for Cook. Yeah, I published that video before the whole monetization wave thing. That was one of the movies that got demonetized, so I renamed it and submitted it for review, and they accepted it. So I think if you look at that video now, it's got a completely different name. It's the same with my profile on Kate. That's another video that they demonetized. But thankfully, I don't remember what I did. I think I named it. I think I used words like the gut-wrenching or the painful tragedy of... I used a lot of eloquent words to talk about how horrible her story was. Murder and rape, and I had to rename hers as well so that I could get through. I didn't change the actual video. It's the same content. Thumbnail's the same and everything. I just changed the name, and they accepted it. So, there you go. Scott says, what hobbies outside of drinking, smoking, and gaming? Well, I drink and smoke on this channel during my show, but I don't really have a lot of time to drink and smoke otherwise. And I really don't have a lot of hobbies outside of what I do. I'm in content creation mode right now. That's what I'm focused on. And I see that there are a lot of tips that I missed earlier. Plarby says, are there any hints on what happens to the Pacific Northwest? Not a lot. I remember something about Seattle, but I think that was just canceled content. So I don't think they've actually really talked about it. Ginger Chang says, will you do a video on the Master? Yeah, eventually. The Master is a really interesting character. I want to get further into Fallout 1 and 2 first before I do any videos on the Master. Dude in a Mask says, look at my mod on Nexus, please. I'll check it out. Thank you very much. Soccer Fool says, just because you're cool. I wish I could give you more. Well, thank you very much. I thank you very much. I appreciate it. Dr. Biohazard says, wait, did he say Fallout 2? Yeah, well, I'm still struggling. I'm trying to get Fallout 2 to work on my machine. I've got Fallout 1 to work. Fallout 1 is working great. I just need to chew through the game and start recording more content. Fallout 2 is still tricky. I can get it to load, but my frame rate in Fallout 2 is so low which is ridiculous. I'm playing on Windows 10, a game that's over 10 years old, and my frame rate is low. But there are apparently a lot of mods you can install to fix all of the issues with Fallout 2, and I just need to figure it out. So it'll come. JD with a nice tip. Thank you very much, JD. The Soda Knight says, I'm sure he'll do all of the companions in time. He's got a lot to cover in this series. I do. I will get to it all. Every time I do this broadcast, everyone comes on and says, will you do X? Will you do Y? And the answer is yes. I will. Is it in Fallout? Yes. The answer is yes. I will do it. Sometimes it takes a while. Spawn Freak says CBBE or UNP. Right now it's CBBE, just because it is more compatible with other mods. This guy says, any plans on Elder Scrolls? Not right now. I've done a few live streams on Elder Scrolls, but I have no plans right now to delve into the Elder Scrolls lore. Glent says, Oxhorn, you should do a video on the Enclave abomination that was Frank from Fallout 2, who could fist fight fully intelligent Deathclaws, and he almost killed the Chosen One. That sounds interesting. And I'm really interested. I can't wait to see intelligent Deathclaws, like the hairy Deathclaws from Fallout Tactics. Yeah, I'm excited to get to that point. Interesting. Sudden Knight says, how do you feel about Bethesda's Gamebryo engine? Gamebryo. Do you think they're going to keep stretching it out for its use or finally axe it for a better engine? I'm glad they upgraded in Fallout 4. The Fallout 4 engine is much better than the Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 engines. Even using console commands, it's just much more flexible. I don't have a lot to complain about the Gamebryo engine. But then again, I'm not an expert on it. I haven't compared a lot of engines, so I'm not sure what would be better. I like how flexible it is. So, I'm sure modders would have a lot more to say on it. Ox, will you ever do a meet and greet? Says Gavg. Maybe. It's something I've tossed around, but again, you know, it's one of those things where I gotta find the time. I would have to put a lot of my content on hold to organize a meet and greet. I'd have to find a venue, I'd have to come up with plans, sell tickets, see how many people register. It would be a big hoopla. Maybe someday. Fictitious Elements with a tip says, I really enjoy your content, and I personally believe you are one of the most devoted content creators out there. My question for you is how you feel about Bethesda's seemingly lackluster post-release support for their games. Well, let's put it in context, because let's take a look at the way Bethesda supported Fallout 4, and I hate to pick on them, but Mass Effect Andromeda. You know, Bethesda kept on making patches for many months after Fallout 4 was released, and they followed through with all of their commitments on all of the different DLCs. Now, there weren't as many DLCs for Fallout 4 as New Vegas, and they certainly weren't as in-depth because many of the DLCs for 4 were workshop-related stuff. Okay. But, they supported it for quite some time. Compare to that to some of the other games that were released even recently, and especially compare that to games the way they used to be released, in the 90s, where you would buy it at the store, and what you bought was what you got. There comes a point where we have to go, how long should we expect this company to support this game? There comes a point when a company has made all of the money they're going to make off of a game, and any more resources they divert to that game is sunk cost. They're no longer making a profit, and that hurts the company as a whole. Now, I don't know what point that is for Bethesda. Maybe they made so much money off Fallout 4 that they could support it for quite some time. I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that most games that have been created have been shipped and then forgotten. The vast majority of them. When a company supports a game after its release at all, they're the ones that stand out. They've already gone above and beyond. When a company supports a game for months or a year or more and continues to produce DLCs, that's definitely a game worth buying. As far as I'm concerned, Bethesda checked all of the boxes when it comes to support for Fallout 4 and the DLCs that they released for Fallout 4. They could have done better. I wish more of the DLCs had been content and less settlement stuff. Contraptions Workshop, I'm looking at you. Same with Wasteland Workshop. But the content we got, I enjoyed. All right, did I miss any? Brutus says, I think it's great you're from Seattle. Ox, can we get a mod muster for mods that rejuvenate Boston, make it green again? There are so many of them out there. It's certainly an interesting idea. I tend to steer clear of mods like that because I don't want to alter the look and feel of the world. Fallout is less bleak. Fallout 4, Boston is less bleak than the capital wasteland. Fallout 4 is less bleak than Fallout 3, and that was an intentional design decision. Bethesda talks about it in their book, The Art of Fallout 4, and I think it was a move in the right direction. It made the gaming atmosphere a little bit less oppressive, but they were still able to put in a lot of the filth and detritus and all of the horrible things that we are to find in a world like that. To soften it up anymore, I think would take away from the feel of the Fallout universe. It doesn't need to be quite as dark and bleak as the Capital Wastelands in Fallout 3, which is why I am comfortable installing mods that alter the look of Fallout 3 a bit to be more in line with what we got from Fallout 4. That's what I'm using my ENBs for. But to clean it up by removing all of the junk and all of the filth and planting a bunch of beautiful new trees, I know that in the real world, nature would recover much faster from a nuclear apocalypse. I realize that. But this isn't the real world. It's a fictional universe, and this is the vibe they were going for, and I wanted to stay true to that. These comments, they go by so quickly. Lucky Clavier says, Oxhorn, what do you think are the consequences of blowing up the Institute? Wouldn't that irradiate the water supply in the Commonwealth because it was underground and close to a river? Yeah, great question. I wonder about that. They basically they detonated a nuke underground. I mean, yes, it was the Institute, but it was a nuclear reactor that melted down, and we saw what happened when Chernobyl. Do I need to say more? Chernobyl. But we don't really get, yes, the crater is highly irradiated, but Chernobyl was horrible. The fallout from Chernobyl devastated nearby regions, is continuing to devastate nearby regions. People have had all sorts of horrible birth defects because of Chernobyl, and yet we sort of cavalierly destroyed the Institute in a nuclear detonation. Yes. I don't know, now that you mention it, that does seem kind of reckless, doesn't it? Chernobyl was above ground, says Reverie. You're right, that's a good point. It was above ground. Is that enough? I mean, we know even in modern history, North Korea right now is detonating all sorts of nukes underneath one of their mountains. And China has come out and said that they're really concerned that the mountain is collapsing due to all of the detonations. And if it continues to collapse and erode because of it, that could potentially release a lot of fallout all over the area. It could drift out into the Pacific Ocean. It could drift to America. Scary stuff. Oxhorn favorite wasteland monster says the Sawden Knight. What, aside from the Deathclaw? Because it would totally be the Deathclaw. But I think I've said that a lot. I like the Mirelurk Hunter. That's a scary creature. And it's very Bostonian. Yeah, I'm going to say the Mirelurk Hunter. I also love all of the monsters that come with Far Harbor. Those are all great. Do you accept organ donations? Are you suggesting that I need something replaced? I'm pretty much all intact. Yeah, I'm all there. So no, I don't. Thanks though. Oxhorn, would you do a profile on old Longfellow? Yeah, I should really do one, shouldn't I? I did a video on old Longfellow already, but I forgot what I put in it. I think I put in all of his dialogue options. Yeah, it was his affinity tree. How to maximize affinity with old Longfellow. It wasn't a profile like I do these days, but it's as close as I've come. So I did that video. You should look it up. It's got a lot of his dialogue in it. Gulpers in the trees, says Fireborn. Yeah, those are pretty great monsters. Dazro Draws says, Ox, there's a Vault Boy shaped hole in your regular shaped heart. Should I fill it with more Fallout? I need Fallout 5 to fill the Vault Boy hole in my heart. The XGamer says, did you like how Fallout 4 became more mainstream, like a first-person shooter game, or did you wish they would have just worked and evolved their original concepts in Fallout 3 and 4? I like what they did with Fallout 4. I really enjoyed the gunplay of Fallout 4 more than any of the other Fallouts. New Vegas is still really good. Obsidian did a great job improving on what Bethesda had in Fallout 3. In Fallout 3, it's really hard to do combat outside of VATS. You have to install all sorts of mods to get it to work, but at least with New Vegas, it came with iron sights built in. New Vegas has a lot of really fun games that you don't need mods for. They're just with the game, and the reloading bench makes it a lot of fun. So I enjoyed what Fallout New Vegas had. I think Bethesda learned their lesson from that by adding the modular system to the weapons in Fallout 4 that really made it a lot of fun to modify your weapons. That, I think, is one of the best gameplay mechanics in Fallout 4, and the nimbleness of the gameplay in Fallout 4 is much more compelling to me. With Fallout 4, I feel like I can genuinely have either a VATS character or a non-VATS character. In New Vegas, there are still moments when I really have to rely on VATS to get something done, But in Fallout 4, there are times when I can just completely ignore VATS if I want to. And I like having that flexibility. Some of my characters will be total VATS characters, like my sniper. And other characters, I have much more fun not using VATS. The Dark Sheriff says the Marlurk is more benefiting Louisiana or Texas. What, in terms of hunting them for game? Maybe. The Judge with a tip says, "Hey Oxhorn, you open my imagination and see Fallout lore in a more expansive way. Much more enjoyable in a way to see you describe and play. So here, take my money." Thank you, Judge. I do appreciate it. Havoc says, "Oxhorn, have you ever seen the Shoddycast channel and their Storyteller Fallout videos? Their narrator, Jason Damron, is amazing. I was watching their videos that made YouTube recommend your channel. So glad it did." Well, that's great. I owe them a great debt of gratitude. I hear about Shoddycast a lot, but like I said earlier, no, I really don't watch any YouTube content at all, even if it's related to my field, so to speak. So no, I haven't seen their stuff, but I'm sure it's great. Spawn Freak says, "You often rock the bowler hat and suspenders to identify with the 1920s time period more?" No, I identify with 2017. Because that's where I'm at. But I know what you're saying. I really enjoy Art Deco architecture and art. I enjoy the clothing. Whenever I watch a period film set in the 40s, I'm really happy. If it's set in the 20s or the 40s, I'm ecstatic. If you really want to see some great costumes from that time period, just watch Poirot on Netflix. Every single episode, especially the older stuff. The older episodes are great. Costume design is amazing. I love what they put together. But no, I don't identify with it because I am in 2017 and, you know, I have an appreciation for art of the time, but this is where I live. As for the bowler hat, it's something I'm stuck with. I don't dislike it, but I put it on over 10 years ago to shoot a video because I had the hat and I thought it would be funny to have it. Like, it's my first time standing in front of a camera as Oxhorn. Okay, I'm going to go put on the funny hat. People began to associate me with the hat, and now it's part of the character, so to speak. So I don't wear the hat outside of the show. I put it on just to do this broadcast. It's not like I sleep in the thing and I go out to the store with my kids rocking a derby. I mean, I suppose I should, but I don't. It stays on my hat rack until the next episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. But I do enjoy it. It's a hobby. Ridley Scurry says, "Hey Oxhorn, I always find it interesting to learn how YouTubers pick their names. I was wondering how you picked yours." This guy has a similar question. How did you come up with the name Oxhorn? Well, geeky story. So I first gained notoriety, for lack of a better word, over 10 years ago when I was doing World of Warcraft machinima movies. And I called myself Oxhorn when I was making those movies. But the way I got the name is, before that, I played a game called Dark Age of Camelot. And in that game, you could play this character called the Furbolg if you joined Hibernia. And he could turn into a giant stag if he played the hero class. And so I called my character Staghorn, because he could turn into a stag. Well, then World of Warcraft came out, and so I go onto World of Warcraft and I'm making my character. What's the closest thing to a giant guy that can turn himself into a stag? Well, it was the Tauren. So I made a Tauren character and I named him Oxhorn. Well, then I started making my YouTube videos about World of Warcraft, and I was lazy, and so I just named my channel after my character, Oxhorn. But then everyone started calling me Oxhorn, and I became Oxhorn. That's how it happened. Okay, I need to start playing the game because I still have to finish my video for tomorrow, and I want to make sure I get some gameplay in, and I've been answering a lot of questions. So for those of you, I mean, I do notice, for those of you complaining about not having your question answered, I'm gonna apologize to you, because it's the polite thing to do, but, you know, there are hundreds of people watching right now, if not over 1,000 people, and I can't answer all of your questions. I've only have one tongue and 2 lips. This thing moves only so fast. If there were 50 of me, maybe I could answer all of your questions, but I sadly can't. So you must simply understand, if I don't answer your question, it's not because I hate you personally, and I think your comment sucks. It's because I'm human. I'm only human. Alright, I'm gonna go play a video game now. We're gonna play Metro Last Light. Because that is what we are up to right now, is it not? It is. So let's turn off our music. And let's hope we don't crash. Let's get prepared here. Turn off the webcam. Turn on the webcam. Alright, I got a tiny webcam. That's great. Let's launch Metro. And hope for the best. Cross your fingers. Drum roll. Aha! So, just so you know, while I'm playing the game, I'm less likely to answer questions. I may every now and then look over. Like, Rarity has a great question saying, Oxhorn, will you ever make one last World of Warcraft machinima? And then his comment flew off the screen, so I can't answer it. Well, I can't answer it. Will I ever make another World of Warcraft machinima? Probably not. I made my final World of Warcraft machinima in 2013, and at the very end of that episode, I bid farewell to the whole community. So that was probably the best send-out I'll ever do. Right now, I'm focused on Fallout and other things. Okay, where were we?
Our short visit to dead Moscow, the phantom of the past, is over. Pavel and I helped each other out again, and are returning down to the metro as real partners now. You can't survive the wastelands any other way. But now ahead of us lies a populated station, the theater. It's very close to Polis. If Pavel manages to lead me through the red line guard posts, I'll be home in less than an hour.
Less than an hour?
Okay, come on in. Sorry about that. Dangerous times, right?
Yeah, I believe it when I see it.
Going up soon. Are there many watchmen around?
We were lucky to get here. Okay, there's a nest in the building by direct plane.
Such a factory.
Oh, you want a nightmare? Well, it's waiting for you up there.
No sense going with just 3 men. To clear a nest, we need a couple squads at least.
So what now? You're not going?
We gather them in first.
Oh, we're waiting for the guys.
On their way. Then we'll give the beast some hell.
Alright, then there was this whole sad story.
It's my height. The new standards say I'm 2 centimeters short. What happens when they find us here?
Take it easy. No one's chasing you. Anyway, 2 centimeters isn't much.
Not for you, maybe.
But anyone deemed unnecessary is chased off or harmed.
So you're here. Is that all of you? Or more coming?
We're all here. 2 trains, as agreed. Our people from the first one, did they get permission to enter?
Still waiting. They're giving our chief hell, but there's nothing he can do about it.
So, maybe while they're talking, you could let us in?
No, we can't.
Sorry, that's forbidden without a permit.
How about just the kids?
And leave the parent here? No, you better just wait there.
But you did let the first group in.
No, they're sitting on their train at the transfer track. Be grateful you're on the platform where you have some space.
Understood.
There we go. I had to get that story element.
Our stay permits are still being negotiated.
You saw how the screen kind of
Like all our lives.
flushed.
And now we're free?
This happens all the time.
But
What's
why?
that?
Why to us?
They keep raising the standards. Last time it was our neighbors. This time, it's us. Won't be long before Führer has the station to himself.
So, that's our plan. The station next to this one is Revolution Square. One of ours. Red. And Revolution is spitting distance to Polis. So, I, as a good communist, which I am, will vouch for you. They'll have to let you through, and you'll be home in no time. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a great
You're
plan.
the one they just told us about?
Yes, we are.
Great. Come in then.
So, my Spartan friend, have a look around. There's plenty to see here, huh? I'll talk to my people and find you.
Welcome.
Okay.
And have a good rest.
Thank you very much.
understand that we can't wait here forever.
I appreciate it. Pavel needs some time to set everything up. The citizens of other stations need a permit to enter the Red Line. The state in permanent preparation for war readily sees a spy in any outsider. So I have some time to look around the theater. This station is a real legend of the Metro, not unlike Polis. The difference being that while Polis gathered most of the surviving scientists, the theater is considered to be the cultural capital of the Metro. Great! Maybe we'll hear some music. I wish I could run. I feel sluggishly slow. Are these pigs? Man, they got some good eating. What's down here? No, I can't go down there. Are these guys dead or no? They're just covered in flies. That's disgusting.
Bullets to the last surviving theatrical critic. Bullets for mercy on your souls.
So I can't give him anything? I can take his bullets, though. I'm not going to take his bullets. Oh, this poor guy is drunk.
Party lights. When all around is radiation, death, decay, and endless war.
Death and decay. That's exactly why we need theater. A drink and a show warms your body and soul. Without that, we may as well end it all.
What is this guy?
There are only so many tickets.
What is he wearing?
The masked one. Scythe.
Any minute now. So drink up.
Cheers.
Oh, I got the flashing screen again. Hey, can I order a drink?
Join us. It's a funeral feast for civilization.
Aww.
Ignore him. When he's drunk, he drags the whole party down. Have some vodka. You'll feel better.
Will do. But I think I'll stick to Scotch for now.
Wow. That is a really appetizing smell you have here, Signor. Is it something new?
No? As if mushrooms with mushroom sauce? Hey! Keep your hands out of the pot, or you're getting smacked in the head.
Be one of the lucky few to witness tonight's extravagance.
Mushrooms with mushroom sauce.
An Oberscharführer. He told me all about their standards, about the racial struggle to keep humans free from mutations. But really, they're just dumping the dependents.
Are they talking to each other?
So did you repel that whatever Führer?
I wish. I did send him flying once. And got summoned 3 days later.
Sorry.
He'd cover up the black eye.
Why? What happened?
Ah, that's great.
Vitya didn't make it.
How?
We were heading back.
That's a demon.
A demon
So
appeared.
scary, just like the
We
real
all hit
wind.
the ground and shot at the demon until it fled.
It's attacking!
No one suffered the scratch. But Vitya didn't get up. His mask, it had cracked open on a brick.
And you left him there to die.
No, Katya, we tried to save him. But it was too late.
No, Vitya.
We buried him there.
No, that's not because it swings like this.
We put
break him
white
off.
stones on the
And my
grave.
dad saw lots of demons. We're right, Uncle Misha. This is a demon.
So those are copies of the books that this game is based on. Here's the market.
Have you got enough money to last a week?
A week? 2 days, maybe.
then my life is over.
Okay, food. Don't need food. Fish.
Guaranteed to keep your enemy warm.
Ammunition. I do need ammunition. But I want to take a look at arms
You can still make it
first.
to stalkers instead of mere aids. Look, I got money for 3 days. So drinks are on me.
I like that one. Let's...
Grenade! Affordable and serious firepower.
Silent and accurate.
Gain instant respect. This is one
Okay, a lot of revolvers.
A great pistol against mutants. Powerful and reliable. It's a really precise gun. And if
Is
you
that
turn
the
it
only
into a
automatic
carbine,
weapon they have?
It gets even better.
Now here we go. No, it's the same stuff.
Indispensable for self-defense.
Other stuff. Best prices around.
Good luck, man.
All right, let's get some ammunition.
Buy an insurance for your safety. Protect yourself and your loved ones.
Yeah, best stopping power of them all. Simply the best. Not a scratch or speck of rust. Guaranteed to hit. You really should buy some of these.
Okay, I've got 2 shotguns. I don't need 2 shotguns. Let me trade.
Well,
Whoops.
the cases ain't new, but these are well
Let me
made.
trade one of my shotguns.
Well, come back if you need anything.
I will. I need to make use of that 3rd ammo type. So,
Buy an insurance for your
I like that
safety.
shotgun.
Protect
Let's
yourself
trade
and your
in
loved ones.
this one for... Well, I
It is
just
not
I
exactly
just
known
sold
for long
all of
reach,
my balls.
But its rate of
So
fire
let's
is worth
instead-
noting. Sure, it is a single
See,
shot gun.
it doesn't
but
tell
even
me-
one blast from it is usually enough.
It doesn't tell me what ammunition it takes, so I'm gonna take the bastard.
It's not a beauty contest winner, but it can use military-grade ammo. With such a weapon, you can protect yourself and others. Congratulations.
Okay, we need...
Bullets exchange.
Nice.
Bullets in other stuff.
No.
Best prices around, I promise.
No. Okay. Let's try this. Ooh! I like it.
Bullets, purchase, exchange, sale.
No. Sweet.
Bullets in other stuff. Best prices around, I promise.
Yes. No. Okay.
Well,
Great, now I can figure out what ammunition I need for these.
Ah, a stalker. Man, if you ever need help with, like, carrying something heavy for your surface, we'll be ready to join you in a
Just
couple of
buy.
days. We
Can't
won't
find
charge
these
much.
anywhere else.
I think I'm good.
Good luck. Come again.
Protect yourself.
Great.
Buy a gun.
Gas masks. Gas masks. I need gas masks.
Leather, best leather goods, original designs, low prices.
Who can sell me gas masks?
Buy an insurance for your safety.
Nope.
Protect yourself and your
Well,
loved ones.
good luck.
Filters.
You're always welcome here.
Thank you. Nope, and he doesn't. All right, so it looks like I can't get filters anymore.
This is great stuff. The best you'll find.
Nice hat.
I don't know. It's prohibited. Maybe I'll just get a drink instead.
You can drink anywhere. This is a theater. Anything goes. But hey, I want these
These guys in line for the show? No wonder the world-famous Bolshoi Theater is right above that station. There are rumors that there are underground passages from its basement into the metro. and that's the reason why many of its actors and other staff were able to save themselves on Judgment Day. They founded a new Bolshoi down here at the station. It is the theater, rumors of which reach even the farthest corners of the metro. And since the habitable world ends where the metro line ends, you could say that the new Bolshoi is also known around the world. Some say it actually preserves the tradition of its great predecessor. They say that the Earth continues to spin while the Bolshoi still puts on shows. How I wished to see one of those. Perhaps I finally got my chance? Maybe. Looks like a long line, though.
Well, Artyom, I made all the arrangements. We can go to the revolution now. They will let us in through the theater.
Okay.
Seen under a bench at the platform hiding from his wife.
Hey, you! Stop! Show me your tickets!
Hey, who's sitting home?
Did you hear that?
Oh,
sure. Come in.
Oh,
well,
he's my new friend.
Stanislavski, you can watch the show if you like. I'll wait for you at the dressing room.
Maestro, if you'd be so kind. The can-can.
We get an old-fashioned can-can? Great physics. I love a gaming engine that's got good physics, right? All right.
The stage has never witnessed anything like this before. I feel sorry for the other performance now. Their attempts at impressing the audience might fall short after such a spectacle. But I trust they will handle the race far above our expectations. And thus, our incredible show continues. This man spits in the eye of danger, challenges nature, defies the god of his new world.
Can I climb up there?
Once again, that humanity is
Nope, and I can't go back.
A warm welcome for Leonid Burley, our animal trainer extraordinaire, with his, terror of our city.
Oh no, do they have... Oh. I thought they had that captured baby, dark one. That's what I was worried about.
Stupid freak!
Artyom! No? Enjoyed the show? Sorry, man. Time to move on. You patron of the art.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Get back!
So glad to see you.
Oh dear.
Where have you been? You don't like us anymore?
Even our station.
Helen, no, что? I'm totally in love with you girls, but I've been busy with work. I'm very, very sorry. I'll come back soon. I promise. Yeah, ты сучу губу.
Jana, let me use your powder.
No match for human.
In your dreams, you have
The
your
guys at
own.
exhibition
Use that.
hadn't was they were brewing the wrong.
It's no good.
Why can't your boyfriend buy you something better?
Her boyfriend is cheap, that's why.
Back to the
Artyom? Artyom? Looks like you're a bit woman hungry, huh? Well, yes, it's a hard life without a soft woman.
For the heroes at exhibition.
Okay, where to now?
Anyways, I tell you, we should be going, but let's drink to the fact we are still alive, huh? It's on me, okay?
You want me to drink with you, and this guy is sitting here waiting to serve me. All right.
Here you are. Dover specials from the old stock. Been infusing it for half a year.
Opa! That's great! So, let's drink, Artyom!
Okay. Bottoms up.
Хорошо прошла. Smooth stuff, huh? And this is a good place, but yeah, home is the best, you know? You know, I've traveled all over the metro and people talk all kinds of shit about the Red Line. That it's awful there, there's no food, that we shoot comrades for nothing, and you can't even tell a joke without getting arrested. Wait, let's have another drink. Here goes, Artyom!
Artyom's gonna get plastered. Either that or he's poisoned or something.
Wow. So, yes, our life is a bit strict. One party, one leader, one ideology, but we have order. And everything is shared. Food, medicine, fuel, shelter. No rich men, true, but no beggars either. Another drink. And now, to
Didn't
equality.
I just pass a beggar?
Come on, Artyom. No, пей до дна.
I think I passed a beggar.
Хорошо прошла. Where was I?
I'm getting plastered.
Yes. Look at the far stations. They freaking eat each other, sell their kitted slaves. It's like the Stone Age. Left to his own devices, a man becomes a beast. You know, order is all that matters. That's our salvation. So you can believe whatever, but I am red. I am red until the day I die. I drink to order. Блин.
I bet you do. A lot of horrible things have been done in the name of order.
Artyom, come on! Bottoms up!
I can't stand.
Bottoms up!
I'm kind of drunk now. My character is anyway.
So, my friend, that's how it goes. Don't be mad, Artyom. Just doing my job to protect the Red Line. And you, Musketeer, are from the wrong side of the barricade.
That's a shame.
Privates, take this comrade in.
Yes, Major, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, who saw that coming? Time to fight the Reds.
Comrade Major.
It is, Private.
That was so stupid of me. I bought that talk of friendship. The stupid musketeer saying, "Just you wait, and we'll get even." I wonder though, why did Pavel go through the trouble of trapping me?
I wonder. Maybe I shouldn't kill people as I escape.
Hey, stop that, блядь! It's just being over-enthusiastic, you know? Artyom, look, I think of you as my friend, really. But as a soldier, you understand that I had to follow my orders and bring you here, okay? Now, you're under arrest, but perhaps it's not the end of the line for you. I hope.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
At ease, товарищ. So, you're doing good here? Are you not?
Yes, sir. Comrade Moskvin is here, inspecting the troops.
The Secretary General here? What about Comrade Corbett?
Yes, sir. Comrade General is here too.
Opa, it's my lucky day, huh? Okay, things are moving faster than we anticipated. Look, it's you. You're a smart guy, so you understand there is no such thing as coincidence. You are here because we need you. And information. So, my advice to you, my friend? Cooperate. Okay? But don't worry, I got your back. Because we are what? Musketeers! All for one, and one for all. But your comrades in the Order, their motto is all for us. War is coming, my friend. That bunker you guys found, whoever controls it survives, and fuck the rest of us. But we have been preparing for this. And I want you to join us. Artyom.
Oh, gosh. It's the good old Soviet Union, pretty much. Wow. I wonder if this guy's
Good
evil.
Day, Comrade General.
Comrade Morozov, I was beginning to think you had not survived your mission.
I was captured, Comrade Corbett. This ranger here, saved me.
What a coincidence. Isnitsky, one of the Spartan Rangers. Do you know this man?
Yes, sir. His name is Artyom. Miller trusts him. They found D6 together. He's also earned several commendations since officially enlisting with the Order.
Well, I am overjoyed to meet you, Comrade Artyom. I think we both have something to offer. Take the comrade to the negotiation room.
Oh, negotiation room. That's what they call it. We're going to have a negotiation. Well, I'm always happy to negotiate.
Let's dispense with the introductory probing and cut to the chase. This telepathic mutant, the so-called Dark One, is of extreme scientific significance. Tell me all you know about it, and I will allow you to keep your life and your job with the Rangers. But, as my spy, an operative, just like those musketeers. One for all, and all for...
Secretary General Comrade Moskvin.
Fitting.
Korbut, I need a moment. And what do we have here?
Is it a coincidence he has a Hitler mustache? Subtle.
As you have always noted, Lonya must start learning how to improve his people skills.
As a matter of fact, we were...
Put away your truth serums. I'll show you a more traditional Red Army method. Faster and more effective. You shit! Spill your guts now! Tell everything you know of these six!
I want to shave this guy's lip!
Fuck! Still nothing, huh?
I want to just like...
Shave
it up.
You talk, or I'll fry your balls in pig fat! Passwords, code names, operation protocols.
What are you doing, Dad?
This is called interrogation, Lonya.
Oh gosh.
Interrogation. Business as usual. What? You never did that playing dolls?
No!
You little shit! There's no power without blood!
There is! Your brother ruled peacefully, and they still love him!
Get back here!
You're a thug!
God damn it!
Butcher!
All right. Use your drugs. Use hot pokers. Just get everything out of him and shoot the bastard. And then come to my office. We must talk. Come back here.
Well, that was charming.
Oh, I must agree with Leonid. Brutality is a crooked path to information. I believe in science. One injection and you will tell us everything.
Ooh. I dislike needles. Oh! And is this me telling him everything I know? Thank you, O Dark One. I regret destroying your family.
I need you to go to Venice and take care of the locals who made the delivery. This will not be a cash payment. Understand?
Completely, sir. And what about the Dark One?
The creature has been located. The details are in this envelope. You will pick up the animal right after you go to Venice. Don't disappoint me this time.
I won't, Comrade General. I won't.
So they know where the Dark One baby is. And I must find him.
Fuck my father, and Morozov, and the revolution, and my own future! I'd rather be shot and end up like father.
Oh, this is
killing
good.
his own brother. Listen, if you get out of here, just live! Here! Get in there! This is the way to freedom. Believe me, I know. I spent all my childhood hiding from my father and well, good luck to you!
Thank you. Please don't get killed because you helped me. That would really suck. Okay, time to crawl out of this Soviet creepy place. Maybe not Soviet. Communist? Definitely communist, but Soviet? Yeah, they are the Soviets.
Sidon, sit down, Corbett. Let's talk.
About the negotiations in Polis?
So you already know.
I am the head of intelligence, after all.
Then why did you let the information leak? Damn the refugees. Polis, Hansa, and even the fucking Nazis already know about our plans.
The rats will be exterminated, and war is inevitable anyway.
Inevitable? I have my doubts. So does the Politburo.
A doubtful man is a fearful man.
How dare you! You're the head of state security, and you report to me!
Yes, but now, when we are one step away from a unified Red Metro, you have no right to disrupt the plan.
I have no right?
Uh-oh.
I'm...
Moscovy, when you asked me how to deal with your elder brother when he was still the Secretary General, I helped you. And after his tragic death, I backed your takeover. So I suggest you take my advice again.
This is unacceptable.
It's very simple, Comrade Moskvin. We all stand together, arms linked against the wind. Or it's every man for himself.
But, Corbett, is this whole fucking metro truly worth the blood we're going to spill?
I have a way of doing it without spilling any blood.
No blood, you say? All right. Go do your trick. I'll handle the Politburo.
Ah. So who's
The frontal assault is hopeless. But if we go underground to the church, advance through the catacombs, then attack from the rear, we should encounter little or no resistance. Then we just have to do a sweep.
Attention! Comrade General!
Soldiers, you are trusted with an important mission. Each group has its task, and you have been told only what you need to know to succeed. But remember that this operation is top secret, and you must not be taken alive by the enemy. I hope that I am understood. Questions?
Can we use radios after we capture the assigned targets?
Only in case of emergency, and on a scrambled frequency.
If we're faced with strong enemy counterattacks, do we hold the positions or fall back?
Hold them. Anyway, the enemy is unlikely to mount an effective counteroffensive.
Comrade General, we have been issued a banner along with the other gear, but we were also made to remove all our markings.
We will leave no trace of our operation. Only upon victory and receipt of the following signal will you raise your banner over the captured targets.
What signal?
Further questions?
No, Comrade General.
Good luck then.
Line!
What was the signal? I missed that.
Now I am in a real spider-infested catacombs, where the General Secretary Moskvin does not look like the head spider. That title clearly belongs to General Corbett. I sure would like to know what's on his mind. What did Lesniski bring him from D6? What's going to destroy the enemies of the revolution? Only questions and no answers. The only thing that is clear, Pavel has information on the Dark One, which makes him my current target.
So I'm going for Pavel. Uh-oh. Watch out for the bricks. No. Oh, okay, they're not bricks. Oh! You moron. Looks sturdy. All that money I wasted on those guns. Oh. Are these my guns? Yeah. They are my guns. I should learn to stop wasting money on guns. On bullets. All right. Do I have a sniper rifle? That's the closest I got, isn't it? Yeah.
Nah, quit shaking. The manual says it's the red wire. So that's the one you cut.
You cut it yourself. I'll go stand there around the corner.
Pissed your pants already? Then watch your real man.
That's a metal detector. I walked through that, I'd set it off.
Why are your hands shaking?
Hands don't mean shit. The important thing is nothing else shakes. Okay. Composed. Composed. The red wire. The red wire.
Come on.
Don't rush me.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best not to kill people, but we've all seen how that's gone in the past. So don't hold your breath.
Second pole. Come in. Second pole.
Make up your minds already. First you order a patrol, then you expect me to sit here.
Second pole. Come in. Second pole.
What the hell? What am I
Okay.
Second pole. Koля, where the hell are you?
One thing is completely certain now. The Red Line is preparing for war. Without making pompous statements or fanning hysteria like the Reich usually does, they are steadily assembling the strongest army the Metro has ever seen. In the Metro ever. And the very silence accompanying their war preparations seems more sinister to me than all of the Führer's speeches. No, I wasn't ready! Doggone it, and I can't go back.
What the hell are you doing here? Who's gonna patrol the premises? Me alone? Come on, get to work, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Ivan, stay. Did you take care of the rest? I want them all burned.
Commander, we're not Nazis. Shooting is one thing, but...
We've got company! Damn! Out! Here! Eat some of this! One of us just walking! Eat the good... Reach for that!
Oh, see, there you go. Told you how well that was gonna go. That guy in power armor? Woo! Ah! love this gun. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not good at stealth. Have I said that before? I think I have said that before. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not good at stealth. But, I survived, and, I suppose that's... And that's something, right? Now, where were we? Okay, so that's the way out. And this is... Oh. Okay, so let's see. Run back. And I missed a key somewhere. I got a key somewhere.
Hey, what the... I should go and check.
Why would I know? Just watch it. You see him yet? What do we do now?
Alright, well, there was that other room over here. Oh, and it's a dead end. Ah.
Where are they headed? Hey, you! Give yourself up while we're stepping up to us. Oh, what do we have here? Seems like nobody. What now? Stay sharp. Fuck wrong dog. Anything going anywhere? We're going to find him.
Okay.
There he is!
What was with all that rolling? That was pretty intense rolling.
So, where could he go up there? He isn't going anywhere. We're going to find him.
Whoops. I just played the piano. That was smart.
Not here. Just wait.
Looks like the Red Line's General Secretary Moskvin does not do much decision-making. It seems that he himself is Corboot's hostage. The one-eyed general holds him in a deadlock with one hand, while using the other to move the pieces on his huge chessboard. The whole metro. But why does the secretary, supposedly capable of laying the general off or even having him executed, tolerate his insolence and yield to his demands? What gives Corboot strength? Knowledge, perhaps? I just have to catch up with Pavel, and he'll tell me everything. We'll see how he is going to contribute singing, or continue singing his songs of equality and brotherhood, of creating a just state for everyone, that traitor. Okay. So I think those soldiers were the way to go. So what's down here, huh? Another dead end. Okay. Oh, hold on. Important break. Hold on. Here we go. Relight. There we go. I only break for the important things, ladies and gents. Ooh, an armory. I don't want to miss the armory. No. Oh, and half of it I can't even equip. Or interact with. Ah! Bingo! Okay.
What the hell did they want? Probably the usual shit about safety precautions.
As if we didn't sign in the book.
We did, so what good is that? One asshole got run over by a crane last week.
No, he lost a knife and a cable broke.
That was last month. I'm talking last week.
Oh, now I understand why they're going on about safety like that.
Attention! Enemy close!
Didn't see that guy until it was too late. What have we over here? Alright, looks like this is a dead end. Can I open these? No. Alright, so I got to a saved spot. I need to go and put my kids to bed. So, I'm going to end the broadcast here. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. Oh, hold on. We will finish this in a moment. We will continue this Dungeon Explore next week. Same Ox time, same Ox channel. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning for episode 3 in the family. For Fallout 3, we will finish it up tomorrow. But, thanks all for coming, and I'll see you later. Have a good one.